Today I got some Rainstorm. You guys ever heard of this stuff? Rainstorm. Clean energy. As if the other stuff was dirty. I don't know. Zero. Oh no, it's 10. You're right. Yeah, it is the harvest grape flavor. It says up here plant-based energy, whatever that fucking means. Usually this rain stuff is pretty good. They also have a weird check mark down here that says quality assured, as if we had a reason to be skeptical that perhaps the quality would maybe not be assured. But don't worry, quality is assured right here. So, I guess it's more talks at me. Do you have an info dumper? I guess that's the term. That's the term that we use now. An info dumper. Well, this Robert Paulson fella says his wife also info dumps on him.
Yeah, because I'm neurodivergent as fuck. Ask him if his wife has ADHD.
Does your wife have ADHD? It is actually a trait, an ADHD trait, to just talk and like spew forth language from the verbiage until it never ends.
This?
Yeah.
Describe me?
It's spewing forth.
I'm only giving you relevant information.
Yeah, no. Every relevant piece of information.
You need context.
I don't, though.
But you do.
Most people don't need context.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I am sure about that, child. It's like, by the way, I was going to the supermarket, and this is about, you know, whether or not I picked up bananas, but by the way, on the way there, my car happened to cross a piece of road that used to have a pothole, and now it's filled, but there was also a crackhead nearby.
There's always a crackhead nearby.
And you see this crackhead. What is this about? It's about I picked up you bananas at the store.
I hate that you're accurate.
By the way, my molecules touch some other molecules. They're somewhat relevant to this fact, so we're going to tell you about those too. Every context. Alright, let's try some of this junk. Yeah, apparently it's called info dumping. I don't know. She told me that. That's what it's called. I didn't impose that on her. She was like, I'm info dumping. I was like, okay. I need time to info dump. Okay, here's the... Alright, look. Here's the color of this thing. This purple-ish color. This pinkish color. They call this harvest grape. I'm not really sure what that means. But there is a purple grape and a pink grape on the can. I don't know what kind of grapes are pink, but we got some pink ones. That's a nice looking rosé wine you got there. I know. Isn't it? Rosé, champagne. Let's see. It smells like cotton candy, somewhat. It's like a grape cotton candy. That's where I'll go with this. Maybe a wine cooler? Do they make those anymore? Absolutely. You can buy those at the grocery store here. If you really want to get, you know, convenient access, you know. Oh, there is a little bit of like weird astringency to it, though. But it's like, it fits. I don't know how to describe that. It's kind of slightly astringent, but it makes sense for the flavor. I don't know how you would put that, like grape skin or something like that. I remember my mom would drink those when I was a kid, wine coolers. I don't even really know what that is. What is that exactly? Like, I know I've seen them around. Is it like wine that's like diluted with juice? Or is it like fruit punch and vodka? What's a wine cooler made of? I've heard the word, but I was like, those things for getting drunk, you know? Kind of like a fruity wine. Okay. In my mind, it was like not quite wine. It was like an off wine. Like wine that had like juice in it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like fruit punch or some shit. That was clearly made for you to like drink and get wasted. But now, like, since I don't actually know, I was like, well, maybe wine coolers are like pretty much the same as like vodka and fruit punch. It was like the same thing. Come in glass bottles like beer. Do they? Huh. I need to look this up. Okay, what wine cooler? Okay, so what happened is it showed me a bunch of refrigerators for wine. That's what it showed me. So clearly we're in a different time. Wine cooler drink. They look like juice, man. It's like this one in particular is like 3% alcohol. And they're like pina colada, pomegranate, like, you know, mojito, margarita. Like, these are not wine, right? These are just fruity drinks in a bottle. Cheap wine with sugar and flavoring? Maybe. There's an article here called "Do People Still Drink Wine Coolers?" ? And it says if you're born after the 80s, you might think a wine cooler is a device used to chill wine. So clearly these are not in vogue these days. Haven't seen them since the 90s. I really thought that like there was a section at my local liquor store for these. Like, you know, like one of those placards on the walls, like wine coolers, and you're like, I don't need to go over there. Yeah, see, look. Now we might click on this and not see anything, but you see there's a section that says coolers. Also, there's spirit coolers and wine coolers. Oh, okay. I guess we're talking about these. There's literally one brand. There it is. So yeah, these are like wine. See, in my brain it was like these things. But these are like... These are like, more like vodka soda, vodka Kool-Aid kind of things. But when I think wine coolers in my mind, it's like this shit. This is what I think of. But I guess this is not a wine cooler. This is a spirit cooler. It's like a mixed, pre-mixed Kool-Aid vodka. I'm in a can now, yeah. Well, here's this one that I actually seem to think I've seen these around. Literally in a 2-liter pop bottle. I think these are actually like not that uncommon around here. It reminds me of like when you buy wine in a box, you know? Holy shit. $17, yeah. For 2 liters of the finest Tropic Kiwi. 7% alcohol. Anyway, back to whatever this is. This grape cotton candy, slightly astringent thing. Oh man, there's not much to that. There's not much to that. In contrast to these rain ones that like, I actually so far like the regular ones, I've actually liked quite a bit. This storm variant, there's not much to this, and I think it's because they put them some kind of additional constraints on this because it's plant-based, entirely. It's like vegan or some shit maybe. Is it like vegan? Why would I buy this? I guess that's my question. Harness the power of great tasting, clean energy. PhD formulated without artificial colors, flavors, added preservatives, and with caffeine from natural sources. Okay. Never any color or flavor. Wait, so you're saying that this is not an artificial color? That means they probably dyed these using fucking beetles. That's what I needed to know. Because isn't it like if you color something natural color with red, doesn't have to come from like some bug? That's why like there's this whole thing about banning like Red 4 or Red 40 or whatever it is because people are like, well, if you ban that red food coloring, then we have to get the red from a bug. Use toxic waste. Yeah, maybe. But this palette, the palette of this is like slightly grapey, slightly astringent, and almost no finish. Like, it's not the worst flavor, but it's there, very simple. It's like a diluted, off-tasting grape Kool-Aid. And it's gone. All right, so the aroma at 25, kind of weird, slightly astringent, cotton candy grape kind of nose. Not super appealing actually. The like weirdness of it is kind of like growing. I think it's almost an off note, but I won't give it that. It's not going away though. So I guess that's okay, but it's like just one, like it's not multiple things, it's like just one thing. Let's give it 12. This is not going to score well, this thing. I'm actually kind of disappointed because these rains usually are pretty good, but this storm one is, I would say seemingly not good. Alright. Let's focus on the palate. Again, at 25. Slight, like, diluted grape. Diluted grape Kool-Aid kind of thing with a slight odd astringency. The one thing that this brand does really well is hiding that like artificial sweetener, weird chemical note. You don't really tend to get it with these guys, which is a good thing, because you don't really get it here either. But it's also like but it's still got some other weirdness to it that has to do with like the ingredients or the caffeine or something. But yeah, palate, pretty one note diluted grape Kool-Aid thing with another weird kind of like astringent kind of note that's not the same like artificial sweetener note, but it's something like that. Let's go with like 10. All right, finish at 25. Again, slightly lingering diluted grape note. Not terrible. 13. So texture out of 10. Carbonation seems okay. Maybe veers a little bit on the overcarbonated side. Rest of the texture seems good. Give it 4. And my personal experience with this Rainstorm Harvest Grape energy drink. It's not too good. I wouldn't call this very good. Again, you don't have like any of those like unfortunate like side tastes, but there is a kind of weird funkiness about this, kind of like a weird astringent kind of note, which kind of fits the flavor, but I wouldn't say is pleasant. Not like overwhelming with artificial like chemical sweetener note, so that's good. But for the most part, really simple, nothing exciting. Flavor is like a little different. Like it's not like the same flavor. I've never had a flavor quite like this, but flavor is, frankly, one track and not very interesting. So with that, we'll give it a strong 3 out of 15. For my personal subjective opinion, would not buy again. 20, 30, 42 out of 100. It's okay. We'll call it okay.